All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the weekly voice memos. It's currently not too late, but it's currently Halloween night. Um, and I was going through sort of like an existential crisis type vibe. You know what I'm saying? I haven't had one of these in a while. And of course, the first thing I go to is Minecraft. I'm like, let's rip open Minecraft. That sounds healthy. Um, and yeah, just wanted to vibe and talk and what the yeah, I think this week's been hard. And I don't mean to trauma dump on the internet. I feel like I've done that in a minute, but sometimes you need the space to just talk it out. This week's been fucking difficult. Um Essentially I just kind of got some bad news. And it made me think about a lot of things, but most importantly made me miss my family and my parents. I've been in Austin for a little over a month, I would say. Um, and also, yeah, this video is gonna be a bit more mellow. If you couldn't tell, I'm gonna be trauma dumping a bit in this video, or just like not even trauma dumping. I feel like that's just like the word to use, but just like talking about issues and talking them out. And this is literally just therapy, but with a freaking child's game in the background. But yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. This week's been really difficult, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like it's small things. I've been taking lot of small L's. I would say like stomach issues, just feeling unmotivated, um, and I think getting this news was kind of like the like, oh, like that was gonna happen. That's why I had a bad vibe about this week type of thing. And obviously, I don't want to get into specifics, but yeah, it's been tough. Uh, I think this happens. I have these days, like we all have these days, right? But there's something specific that I've noticed in my life is sometimes I have these days where I just feel like crazy demotivated. And that's a normal thing to feel. That's not something crazy per se. Like, you can't be grinding all the time. But as someone who, and a lot of you that create content or just are creatives might resonate with this, like we innately wake up and have this crazy drive for life and this crazy, like, wake up 6 a.m., get on the laptop, just start grinding, editing, creating, whatnot. And it's something that I've had this drive since I was like 10 years old, right? To kind of pursue this thing and want to become this specific person or create in a specific way. I feel like I've always had that drive. It's kind of what kept me going, what led to me dropping out of college, like all this stuff. And it's hard because you can't always have that. But the days where you randomly don't feel that motivation or that drive are really fucking scary, dude. They're scary because your whole life you go having this drive and having this energy and having this excitement. And then it just disappears, you know? And you're not going to always feel that way, but I think, it gets scary when you start asking yourself the question of like, what's the point? And that's kind of what I want to get to with this video is that feeling, that inescapable feeling of what's the point? You know, this is my first time kind of being away from family in terms of like distance wise. Kind of grew up and went to college pretty close by home. And recently I've been getting more into reading. So like the past few months I've been trying to read more. Obviously, like as usual. It's an on and off type thing, but I've been trying to read more for the most part and get better and get into the habit. And so I read this book called Normal People. Most of you guys probably know about it. It's a great book. Really had me thinking more about life and relationships and all that jazz. Um, but I read the book and it's a pretty heavy book, I would say. Nothing like crazy, but it's just like gets you to thinking. And I'd been kind of processing a relationship at the time, and so yeah, it was definitely really difficult, but it was a good read. And so after I read that, I'm on a bus to Bend, Oregon, for our last creator event, and I kind of finish up that book, and I'm like, wow, that was really impactful. Um, and I finish up that book, and I'm like, I need something a little more chill. Like, I need something like that's lighter. But the only book I had was this book. It's called Crying in H Mart, and some of you guys might know it. If you're Korean, you definitely know about it. Pretty popular story. But essentially, I read like one page on the bus, and then I read 2 pages. I'm like, holy crap, this is like really hitting. Then I read like 3, 4 pages, and then I put the book down, and I'm like, I literally cannot read this because it was getting me so emotional. Uh, Crying in H Mart's about a girl's experience and young woman's experience with her mother passing, and it's just very specific to the Asian American Korean American experience. And kind of, if you know, you know, but there's just so many specific things in that book that I like really related to, that reminded me of my parents, and it's just a hard read because I feel like those relationships haven't gotten to where they've needed to be, or at least I've felt like I want them to be. And there's only so much time you have. And so yeah, when I got this news, I thought about my parents, and I thought about the limited time we have, and how now I'm across the world chasing this dream of building businesses with my friends, and becoming a YouTuber. But like, what's the point? You know? And I know there is a purpose, and I know all these businesses that I've been building are very much purpose oriented, and driven for that. I wouldn't be doing it if they weren't. They're not purely just to make profit. Actually, it's like for a lot of these businesses, it's like a very difficult equation to solve. Like, how do we even make a lot of money? Because it's so impact focused. But like, what's the point? You know? And I don't mean to sound too cynical. I think typically I'm an extremely positive person, but it's just very hard sometimes to like I said, some days the motivation fades away and that drive fades away, and you become a shell of yourself, and you really have to start asking yourself these questions, or you might just end up asking yourself these questions, and it's scary. It's it's not easy, and yeah. I feel like I've gotten to a point in my career, in terms of like monetarily or whatnot, where I feel decently comfortable, at least for like this year. And now, granted, I'm not like working a job, so it's not like I have crazy money coming in. So money's just like flowing out, and like, I'm not great at managing my cash. It's something I gotta get used to. But for the first time, I can kind of breathe, and I'm not constantly. I realize for the first time in my life, I'm not in a rush to make it, quote unquote. Like, the channel's doing decent. The stories I've been telling are doing decent. And for context, if you're new here, this is my second channel. And like, we have these businesses, like, they're on their way, but I have high hopes for them, and feel confident that they will be good. And be able to support my ventures and all that good stuff. So the first time in my life, I'm not in like a rush to like, try to make it. And it's I think it's a weird feeling, you know. Like understanding and having this like level of confidence that like things will work out now pushes you to like really look at like what you want in life. And granted, like this is a very naive view at it because I think a lot of these things that I'm talking about haven't succeeded even monetarily or in most regards. Like there's still much projects, and we have a coffee company called Sunny Day launching in like a little over a month, which I'm actually super excited for because that's like everything I've kind of dreamed of. And then we have Creator Camp, which is like plugging away. And these aren't like big businesses that are like doing millions and millions of sales, but like they're on their way. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's this book I got recommended to me recently, and it's the next book I'm gonna read. I haven't read it fully. It's called Die with Zero. I got recommended to it by a friend Thomas, and tackles the idea of like basically spending money on experiences and people and all that stuff, and how like from an analytical perspective it's very hard to kind of rationalize these things, but in reality those are the things that are most valuable. Like we all know that. It's cliche. But yeah, I'm just feeling it now. Like what is the point of like working at all these things and grinding and if I only have a limited time left with my parents, or you know and they're fine, like it's nothing regarding their health or anything. Like it's hard, man. Life is hard. A lot of complaining today. A lot of complaining today over Minecraft. This is literally therapy. Been feeling weird, like kind of lonely in Austin, I would say. um but then again, like tomorrow I might feel great. And that's the beauty of the world, is like the optimism of like tomorrow can be a totally different day if you just like get freaking 10 hours of sleep, you know? But it's a scary thing because when you lose sight of that drive and why you do things and everything like that, like it becomes the world that you live in. It's this singular thing where today is today, and it's not, you lose the context that today is a day in, a tiny part of the rest of your life. By the way, I have no idea. I'm building like a Barbie house right now. Oh, what? I'm building like a Barbie house right now. I think it's interesting because like just a few episodes ago, I talked about how I feel like I'm getting out of the introspective like phase of my life, or even like Max and I were talking earlier, and we're like, whoa, we're not coming of age. A lot of our videos are like coming of age videos, and old videos have been. I think we've came. We have came of age. And with that comes the like feeling that like, oh, these questions of like what is the purpose of life and stuff is just like kind of corny now. But I think I've been feeling that, and so maybe I'm definitely still on the journey. I don't know. It's just weird because the best way I could explain this week is like pulling, like that scene in Spider-Man where he like holds the boat together. It feels like everything's one step away from just falling apart. I think we also call it burnout sometimes. But yeah. It's just been a hard week. Oh! But also like, I don't know. Minecraft exists. So I know like partially everything will be okay. Whoa. How do I? No, maybe we could just do like. How do I do this? Look at that. That's beautiful. Copper. I'm so curious what you can make with copper. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so what do you guys think would look good with this house? This looks really bad, but it's also the first revision, so I might as well just like go for it, make it a pink house. I was thinking like stone, but I don't know if I got time for that, you know what I'm saying? We'll do this. Little Barbie dream house vibes. I wonder if I can do this. Nope. How do I... This? No? How do I do like the... Like, do you know the like slabs? It's not like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think Austin's felt a bit lonely for me. Maybe it's just adjusting to... Oh. Doink, doink. Well, let's hit him with a little one of these Johns. Yep. Okay, cool. The first home of the Minecraft Let's Play. Not really a... Oh, it's not. It's not really a home yet, but this will be home. Let's do that. Wow, home sweet home. Some coal action in here. Then I can also get like full iron armor, which might be good. Maybe just like a chest plate and like boots, because I think chest plate and legs just looks weird. Cool, cool, cool. So we're gonna set up, probably just like build the house and then maybe go mining or whatnot. It's cool there are not a lot of mobs over here. Also, like I forgot to say, I know we do in these episodes, but I got a nice little candle next to me. I bought a new one at Trader Joe's actually today. This is a Honeycrisp apple. That's a little update. Doink. All right. So we got to move this back. Oh, this is going to be so annoying. Boink. Boink. Oh, okay. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we're going to move. The storage is going to be... Let's do like right here. Bang, bang. We'll throw all this in there for now. And then we'll have the furnace area. Gonna be boom. Doing, doing. Cool. Now let's cook up some of this coal. We're gonna cook up some of this too, I think. Alright, cool. And then crafting table. And with a nice little boom. Cool. That's the house so far. Let's grab some cobble and make some more furnaces. Boom. Something I've been thinking about today is like, do you guys think there'll ever be like another game like Minecraft that just like is this timeless? I feel like no, but it's crazy to think that we like live in the timeline where like one of the greatest games ever made exists, you know? It's like undisputed. Let's grab some of this. We've been going to the climbing gym a lot today. Or not today. A lot recently. It's been really fun. Actually saw someone from that went to Michigan today there, which is kind of cool. Um, Doink. I think it's cool seeing Michigan people like everywhere, honestly. What? Oh, that is shit, dude. What is that? Alright, let me grab that. Oh, oh my god. Wait, how do I make sure it? Oh, I forgot. Okay, never mind. We're good. I remember it used to be where if you broke a door by the top, it just like wouldn't give it to you. Okay, torches are annoying. Let's do that. All right, boys, let's get to work. And also, like, I don't know. I appreciate all the feedback and support for this channel. This is being filmed like way in advance, probably like 2 weeks ahead of time. But I think like I don't know. It's been cool to see that we have this like little bubble of people here. It's such a random deviation from like my content, but I think it's really cool that like people are into it. You know, I think there's a need for like I feel like we've been pushing like very slow content online with my main channel and YouTube New Wave and everything, but like I think there exists this world of like even slower content that is needed in the world. And I feel like this is kind of it to an extent. Let's build a little second story action here. Actually, honestly, no, let's build a little second story action and get a little like attic going, and then maybe like a roof. I'm always so bad at building though. Like in any let's play or anytime I play with my friends, I'm never the builder because like I'm so bad. So let's see. We could build like an extension here that might make it look a little better. Let's think if I was to like go out here. Okay, that's good. Maybe like in with one of these. So then the roof isn't like one shape. It could be really interesting. Dang, I need a shovel. It like extends out. Yeah, I like that. I like that actually. That's really cool. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna make a shovel. What am I doing? Boom, boom. And I know I make the joke of like off-camera mining. Did some mining off camera. I might actually do some building off camera potentially. Boom, 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 boom. Let's do this little John here. Boom, 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 boom. Nice. Nice. Break this barrier down. Oh, I'm gonna have to move this again. That's funny. Here, let's keep it like a doorway though. This could be like the storage room or the furnace room. Be really interesting. Boom. Okay, cool. It's coming together. Or this could be the bedroom. That could be interesting. And then you go upstairs, and then you have a little attic. And then dude, this is coming together. I see the vision. Let's do it. Boing. But yeah, I think the biggest lesson through this all, like, don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. Like, I'll be honest. I've gone through like the same feeling. But yeah, I think to understand that even when you're in those moments of like the world is beating up on you, or maybe you're a driven, passionate person who like doesn't feel the same level of drive one week or one day or 1 month, like to know that this too shall pass and this too will pass. And even though it's hard to see when you're in those moments, like it is the most impossible thing to see, like it is still just a tiny part of your life. And if you get like 10 hours of sleep, you work out consistently, you eat good food, and you try your best to push yourself out there, like majority of the time it will help in some way. And it's really hard when you're in it to realize that this is just like part of a tiny, piece of the whole thing, and you can let yourself feel those emotions. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be okay. You know, it really is gonna be okay. Uh, I think the biggest thing that I've learned that like helps me through moments like this, it's just always been shifting into a more positive mindset. Life is fucking hard, you know? Life is hard, and sometimes, what's the point of making it harder than it should be on yourself? Like, you're doing great. And I think that's really important to know, is that the world is going to beat you down at times, but you got to be proud of yourself. You really got to stay proud of yourself, because you only got yourself, you know? And yeah, this is kind of corny, but like, it is true. And I think it's a very helpful way of looking at it. Not to diminish your own problems, of course, but to just like hype yourself up a bit. Get yourself back up on your feet and be proud of yourself, you know? And know that this is just part of the process, and you're going to feel immense happiness again. And yeah, that's the best, I guess, advice I could give. But again, I don't really know. Not a licensed therapist. Who knows? But I'll rather give you an inspirational speech than tell you like it's not gonna get better. Like, give up, you know. But also, that's sometimes what people need, is that fucking like comedy. But like, also like, that's nuts. Yeah, I feel like what's the guy, Prince EA, bro, giving a hype motivational speech. I used to always watch those videos before like baseball games and baseball tournaments. I used to watch what's that one speech? It was like holding him down. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. I forget what it's called. E.T. the hip hop preacher. Yeah, I used to watch that and like hype myself up in the car before baseball. It's legendary. I think we're in the stage of like culture where like for a while it was like cool to be like motivational speech, that sort of vibe, and then for a while it was like cringe. And I think we're reverting back to the point where it's like it's kind of cool. And it's like people are now like acknowledging the cringe but also acknowledging that it's cool. Like I remember after my last relationship ended, I go to my Instagram Explore page and it's all like Michael B. Jordan and Creed clips of him like training with like motivational quotes behind him. Like outwork them type shit, But it was like hype. And it's like everyone knows it's kind of like cringe, like winter arc is coming. But like it's kind of hype. So now it's always interesting for me, like living in this stage of society where it's like cringe but like fire, I don't know how like we evolved to be this way, but yeah. But anyways, as the sun goes down on episode 3, I want you guys to know I'm here for you. Much love. I guess it's like kind of parasocial episode, but like fuck it, we ball. If you acknowledge the parasocial nature of it, then you're safe, right? Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, this is a cool place to talk about these things and get them a little more real. Been a hard week, but next week we'll bounce back. Much love, and yeah, I'll see you.